The cosine rule, or the law of cosines. This rule can be applied to find out the missing lengths of sides of a triangle. It can also be used to find the missing angles. So the basic idea is that if you have a triangle ABC and you have to label the sides also by small letters, small a, small b, and small c. And the rule is that your side A must be opposite to angle A. Your side B must be opposite to angle B, and side C will be opposite to angle C. So if you can identify your angles and sides with this in mind, then applying the cosine rule is very easy. So let's look at an example. Here we have a triangle. We have two of the sides and one angle between the two sides are given. And we have been asked to find the value of this side, which has been labeled x. So the cosine rule says that c squared is equal to a squared plus b squared minus 2ab cos c. So now we can start off with x squared. So x squared is equal to 13 squared plus 10 squared minus 2 times 13 times 10 cos of the angle 100. All right, so what we have done here is we have assumed that this is A, this is B, and this side is C. So this angle, 100 degrees, is actually the angle C. So after we plug in the values into our cosine formula, then the rest is just very easy. So 13 squared is 169 plus 10 squared is 100 minus, now in this case it is a good idea to put in brackets. 2 times 13 is 26 times 10 is 260. And on your calculator, find out the value of cos 100. That is negative 0.1736. And we close the bracket. All right. And then 169 plus 100 is 269 minus, now 260 times negative 0.1736. That gives us negative 45.136. Now this is the crucial part. If you have two negatives, that becomes a positive. So in the next step, we need to do 269 plus 45.136. All right, so you need to be careful here. And as I said, put them inside brackets so that you don't miss the fact that you have a negative sign here and you also have another negative sign outside the brackets, and these two negatives will eventually become positive. And so next step is when you add these two, 269 plus 45.136, you get 314.136. So this is our x squared. And so to find x, we need to take the square root of this number. The square root of 314.136 is 17.7. This is to one decimal place, which means we can have one digit after the decimal. So that is our answer. Let's look at another example. So here, we need to find the length of BC. So we're going to label that as x. And so we're going to use the cosine formula. X squared will be equal to 5 squared plus 7 squared minus 2 times 5 times 7 cos of 42 degrees, which is the angle between them. And so the next step is 25 plus 49 minus, again, put these inside a bracket. 2 times 5 is 10, times 7 is 70. And the value of cos 42 degrees is 0.7431. Now notice we don't have a negative value for our cos 42 degrees. So now this is going to be straightforward. And so 25 plus 49 is 74. And then 70 times 0.7431 is, so that is 52.02. And if you subtract that from 74, you get 21.97. And so that is your x squared. So to find x, you would have to take the square root of 21.97, and that is square root of 29.97 is 4.68, so 687 actually. So three significant figures is going to be 4.68. Now the cosine rule can be used to find a missing angle. Just like here, we have three of the sides given for this triangle, and we've been asked to find this angle x. So now what we need to do is we need to start off with 20, because 20 is opposite to the angle that we're trying to find. So we would need to do 20 square is equal to 15 square plus 16 square minus 2 times 15 times 16 cos of angle x. All right, so this is 420 square. 15 square is 225, and 16 square is 256. Minus, we have 2 times 15 is 30. 30 times 16 will be 480 cos x. Right, so now we need to add 225 plus 256, and that will give us 481. So we have 400 on this side, and we also have 480 cos x. So what we need to do is make cos x the subject of the formula. So cos x will be 481 minus 400 divided by 480, and that is 0.16875. So now the angle x is going to be cos inverse of this decimal number 0.16875. So on your calculator, you do cos inverse of this decimal, and then the angle is going to be 80.3 degrees.